welcome to SVG-TV News for Thursday, November 7th, 2024. I am Jennifer Richardson with the details. The UTC Global Balance Fund, a US dollar-denominated collective investment scheme, is now available in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The financial cooperation, which was established over 2 decades ago in Trinidad and Tobago, was officially launched today at Sandals Resort. Executive Director of the Unit Trust Corporation, UTC, in Trinidad and Tobago, Nigel Edwards, described the launch as a unique opportunity for Vincentians to invest in their future through stocks and bonds.
We believe in equipping every individual, family, and community with the tools that they need to secure their stake in the future. That's what this is all about. When you invest, your kids, we're investing in the protection, in the empowerment, enablement of their future. We believe in enabling full participation in the financial markets and access to the opportunities that those markets present. Through our foundation, where we make investments in our key pillars of education, financial well-being, and environmental stewardship, we nurture not just wealth, but potential.
Edwards emphasized that the UTC Global Balance Fund offers a gateway to financial growth, and it is hoped that once educational programs are rolled out in January 2025, more Vincentians will become financially literate and empowered to make informed investment decisions.
We've also seen a remarkable interest in the fund as the subscriptions have doubled over the last 3 months. Collaborating with institutions across the region, including the OECS Credit Union Society, universities, charitable organizations, and sporting foundations, we're expanding financial literacy programs and fostering a stronger investment culture across the region. As we launch in St. Vincent today, our objective is to bring not only value, but also empowerment and prosperity to communities. Our approach to expansion embodies our dedication to financial literacy, allowing citizens to make informed decisions that support their financial futures. Today, inside of 1 year since the historic launch of the GBFL in St. Lucia, I stand here with unwavering confidence in our commitment to spreading this vision of shared prosperity throughout the Caribbean.
Chief Sales and Marketing Officer for the Trinidad and Tobago Trust Corporation, Dason Scott, also took part in the launch, highlighting that the UTC Global Balance Fund is not just a financial product, but a tool for empowerment that has the potential to improve lives and build wealth for individuals and families.
With the memory of this product is about empowerment. Mutual funds, over the 40 years of Trinidad and Tobago Unit Trust Corporation existence, the mutual fund products that we deliver, it's a means to build wealth. The mutual fund products are powerful ways to open or ways to plan for tomorrow. So think about children's education, think about retirement. That's one of the tools that mutual funds are utilized for. Mutual funds are a powerful way to ensure that every Vincentian has a chance to invest in their own potential. And I mean by that in terms of whether it's you want to open a business in a few years from now, mutual funds is one of the ways you put aside funding for so that you have more security and more capacity, and you can move into whatever you desire a lot more confident.
Former West Indies cricketer Darren Sammy, who serves as the UTC Global Balance Fund's brand ambassador, also attended the event. Sammy, who is from St. Lucia, where the UTC Global Balance Fund already has a presence, spoke about the transformative potential of investing with the UTC. He said that investing in the fund can help turn dreams into reality, just as it has done for him, noting that the corporation is owned by the people.
Even as cricket gave me opportunities that help shape my future, right? Today, I'm proud to work or be associated with UTC GBFL, because they believe in creating those opportunities for everyone, right? No matter where you're starting from. With the education, right? And I've spoken to Omar about that. It's our job with this company to educate the people and make them understand that investment is for everyone, right? Just like in cricket, every run counts. In investment, every dollar counts. And bear with me, because there's an important point I want to make, right? With UTC, every person can start building towards a better future. One where our communities can stand strong and our families have security and hope for tomorrow.
It was noted that during the launch that there are currently 558 unit holders with the corporation, with 95% of them being individual investors. The UTC Global Balance Fund is regulated and licensed to operate with the majority of its stocks based in the United States. St. Vincent and the Grenadines has signed a new agriculture agreement with Venezuela, which is expected to create investment and growth opportunities for all member states of ALBA. The AgroAlba agreement between Venezuela and St. Vincent and the Grenadines is being promoted by the International Center for Productive Investment, the CIIP, and AgroAlba. The agreement seeks to boost agricultural production to guarantee food sovereignty for the countries in the ALBA bloc. It was signed by the Venezuelan Minister for Agriculture and Lands, Memory Fernandez, and his counterpart from St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Saboto Caesar. Venezuela's Foreign Minister Ivan Gale said the agricultural cooperation agreement between Venezuela and St. Vincent and the Grenadines seeks to attract investors to the Bolivarian nation to allocate resources to rural development. According to him, the purpose is to improve the capabilities of Venezuelan soil with the aim of turning the country into a food exporting power. For his part, Minister Caesar highlighted the investment potential offered by Venezuela. On this point, he stated that it is an opportunity to produce food in an affordable way and thus achieve food sovereignty. The project is expected to begin with the allocation of 10,000 hectares of productive land to companies from each participating country, allowing each nation to present its project in agricultural or livestock areas. Seaports across St. Vincent and the Grenadines have undergone significant upgrades following the damage caused by Hurricane Beryl in July, just in time for the start of the cruise season, which began in late October and early November. This was revealed by the Chief Executive Officer of the SVG Port Authority, Carl James, during the launch of the cruise season on Tuesday evening.
In anticipation of this season, we've made several key updates across the port. We're especially pleased to announce of our new vessel scheduling software called Port Call, a vital tool that helps streamline operation and improves the efficiency of our services. This technology enhances our ability to coordinate with cruise lines, ensuring more streamlined scheduling. In addition to operational enhancements, we've upgraded and refined several of our visitor amenities. We have refurbished our restroom facilities and enhanced the aesthetic of our food court to create a more inviting space.
James highlighted that in addition to repairs, the landscape around the ports has been enhanced, making access easier not only for passengers but also for vessels.
We recognize that we have access limitations and congestions that have been increased by the impacts of Hurricane Beryl. There remain challenges for the new season. However, we are optimistic that most of these issues will be addressed by the end of the year. In the interim, we have implemented measures that we anticipate will ease the congestion. We have relocated, for example, Beckery Express, Southern Grenadines operation to the wharf behind Massey, and we have relocated all Grenadines container loading to the main port and are working with ferries to stagger the loading of heavy trucks. Looking into the future, this year looking into the future, this year again, we'll be having several inaugural calls, and also new cruise lines will be calling to St. Vincent.
However, James noted that work is still ongoing at certain sections of the Kingstown Wharf that was severely damaged by Hurricane Beryl. Fishermen from various fishing zones on mainland St. Vincent are taking part in a series of sustainable fishing workshops organized by the Fisheries Department as part of a wider initiative to raise awareness about marine conservation. Project coordinator with the Fisheries Department, Shamal Martin, explained that the workshops aim to engage not only the fishers but also vendors, as the department recognizes the importance of educating, celebrating, and fostering community involvement in the protection of marine resources in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Last evening, Zone 1, the largest fishing zone, held its workshop in Caliacor.
So we're trying to target all the fishermen, the vendors, and the processors. So my presentation is on South Coast Marine Conservation Area, and I would have told you that this area is very special to me because of all the precious ecosystems that we must learn to protect and conserve, right? So conservation is the act of protecting our marine resources found in the sea to prevent them from going into extinction, right? We don't want the fish population to be so reduced that we can't use it later down in the future. So we want to conserve it, right? We want to practice sustainable fishing methods so that many years down the line we would continue to have fish and our fishing industry do not die with us, right?
Martin also announced that $15,000 was secured for the project from the Caribbean Natural Resources Institute, Canary, through the Caribbean Biodiversity Fund. The project is co-financed by the International Climate Initiative of the German Federal Ministry for the Environment. As part of the program, the impact of climate change on fishers was also addressed.
Go straight into it really quickly. So climate change, you would have noticed how hot the water feels these days, right? Yes? Now all marine organisms are very sensitive. So when they feel this change in the water, a lot of things can happen. For example, our coral reefs. Who here have noticed how white our reefs are? Because of bleaching, right? Because the environment is so hot. The animals that live in our corals would be released and then the corals become white, right? If this is prolonged for a long period of time, the corals start to die, right? And we are seeing a lot of that happening right here in South Coast. It's really sad, right? Not only increase in sea temperatures, but also increase in sea levels.
In addition to the workshops, a fishing competition and expo is scheduled for next weekend at the Russell Auditorium.
Like our first prize, which is $500 in groceries, $500 in boat repairs, gas vouchers, gas, and equipment. So you know, after the workshop is completed and you're interested in registering, you could either scan the codes on the flyers, and it should have some flyers around the facility as well, that you could scan the code and you could register online, or you could come down to Fisheries and we would register you, okay? We also have the expo aspect of this event. We just want to showcase to the public what the fisheries sector has to offer, right? And we want to give you a platform where you can meet new customers. So we want you all to come out and register.
The Sustainable Fishing Workshops began on November 4th and will conclude on November 7th. The police here are currently investigating the circumstances surrounding a shooting incident that occurred in the early hours today, Thursday, November 7, 2024, in the Petit Borel Mountains. The police say, according to preliminary reports, 3 men sustained multiple gunshot injuries after they were approached by 2 masked gunmen who opened fire before fleeing the scene. Upon responding to the incident, police discovered that 2 of the 3 men had been fatally shot. The district medical officer officially pronounced the 2 men deceased, and a post-mortem examination will be conducted soon to determine the exact cause of death. Noting that the investigation is ongoing, the police are urging anyone with relevant information to come forward. Technology has made a significant impact on crime prevention, particularly through the use of surveillance. During an interview this morning on WeFM's Cop Chat program, Criminal Records Officer Sean Roach discussed the important role that surveillance technology plays in enhancing crime prevention efforts here in SVG. Roach stated that the use of advanced surveillance tools has elevated security measures, bringing crime prevention to a higher level.
Because I, for one, feel safer walking through the streets knowing that there are cameras to say, okay, if something is committed, I'm not the only person here. It could be tracked back. So from that standpoint, it could be a deterrent from persons doing certain things. And it also, when it comes to policing, it reduces the amount of manpower that is needed inside the area. Because although people like to may speak about the response time of police cannot be everywhere. We're not quote unquote omnipresent. So the technology needs to facilitate humans in order to enhance or augment their abilities in some way. So if there isn't the human resource in order to do something, it needs to be complemented by some other form, whether it be a system or technology.
Roach also outlined how the Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force has incorporated these surveillance methods into their operations, helping to monitor and prevent criminal activity more effectively.
It could be used to deter people from using certain behavior, because when you know you're observed, you tend to change your behavior. And another way is that it helps to collect data, and it could be used to predict what is going to be happening. So presently, from my observations here, it has been used to track back if something has been done and to see, I don't want to say profile, but to eliminate people who are likely not to commit those offenses within that area. So at the end of the day, it complements when we say eyewitness testimony. So instead of simply relying on human vision, you have something that is more credible to say this person was inside this area, but it also depends on certain things like the resolution of the camera and the like. So it helps in elimination to help in the solving of certain offenses.
Information Technology Services Division Officer Kenuel Thompson also participated in the discussion. Thompson highlighted that since the introduction of surveillance technology, there has been a notable increase in the solving of crimes, emphasizing its critical role in modern law enforcement.
Since the implementation, there has been an increase increase in solving crimes easier, I would say. The police depend on the footage a lot. They often would require assistance.
In the 72 hours weather outlook, the SVG Met Services says unstable conditions are across our area, and this is generating cloudy skies and triggering occasional showers. In addition, a tropical wave inches closer to our islands and will begin to affect SVG on Friday. It says the upper level environment is expected to be supportive, allowing for moderate to heavy showers and isolated thunderstorms. Conditions associated with this feature could last into early Saturday. A few marginal improvements are forecast along the day. However, by late evening, similar conditions are anticipated as unstable conditions again will approach our islands, influencing the weather conditions for Sunday. Residents and motorists in areas prone to flooding and landslides or near rivers and streams are asked to remain on the alert. The SVG Met Services says it may issue watches or warnings if conditions warrant. Moderate to fresh 20 to 30 kilometers per hour east-southeasterly trades are crossing our islands, with wind speeds expected to decrease to light to gentle 10 to 20 kilometers per hour from Friday. Seas are expected to remain slight to moderate in open water, with swells peaking up to 1 meter on western coast and range between 1.5 and 2 meters on the eastern coast. In addition, the forecast says slight Saharan dust haze concentrations may be noticeable along Saturday.